Hi all, welcome to ArohiTech in Hadoop series. Today we'll discuss about the little bit history of Hadoop. So how Hadoop came into the picture and who has developed all those things we'll discuss today. So in 2002, Doc Cutting and Mike Kefrila, they both are working for a Notch product as a part-time job. So this Notch product was the search engine product. Okay, they wanted to develop a search engine in 2002. So you may ask, already Google is established as a search engine, very good search engine in that time, but why they are trying to do the same thing? Because they wanted to develop the open source search engine. As you know, Google search engine is a commercial one. If you wanted to customize the search engine for your company, then you have to pay for that. So to overcome the difficulties, they wanted to develop the open source search engine in 2002. So for that, they are working in the notch product, and 2004 they have successfully implemented the 20 node cluster of the search engine. But 20 node cluster is not sufficient for a search engine across the globe. People wanted to search various things. So that type of request, huge amount of request, cannot be handled by the 20 node cluster. So in the same year, in 2004 only, they have extended into 40 node cluster. Okay, so that time in 2004 only. So in that time, all the search engine companies or web development companies, they are keep on facing the challenges of big data, because they wanted to store and they wanted to process the huge amount of data, but it was very difficult. There is no technology to handle such kind of things, but Google came into the picture and he had solved that big data related issues. Okay, so in 2000, how the Google is solved? By introducing or by developing the Google file system in 2003. So that Google file system GFS can handle the huge amount of read and write requests in a large scale of data efficiently. So it can handle. Okay, so 2003 it has developed the GFS file system, and it can handle the storage of huge amount of data sets, like read and write can happen very easily. And latter point of time, like 2004, it already developed it he has developed, like the Google has developed the Google's MapReduce program, so through which it can process the data set which is stores in the GFS file system. So already before 2000, in 2003, he has already developed a GFS file system where it can handle the massive amount of data for storage wise. Now the challenge is how to process the huge amount of data. So that's why he has developed in 2004 the Google MapReduce. And in 2005, Google has published its white paper, okay, where he has explained about the MapReduce and the GFS file system. So luckily, this the Mike Caprella and Dob Cutting, they both were struggling with the expansion of the search engine. So luckily, they got this white paper, and they are trying to implement to the 40 node cluster to expand more and more of the cluster sites. So they locally got this paper and they started working on that. So in between 2006, dot cutting is hired by the Yahoo. Okay, so that time Yahoo also struggling with his big data. Like he was struggling with his data sets, how to process, how to store a massive amount of data. He was struggling. So dot cutting is hired by the Yahoo, and the Yahoo has instructed, Yahoo is uh, giving Yahoo has given all the infrastructure, all the resources and saying that okay, you can drop the notch product and just try to concentrate how to solve the big data related issues to okay. So that way the Yahoo become the primary contributor for solving the big data related issues. So in 2008, okay, in 2008, the Yahoo has implemented 4,000 nodes cluster in the Yahoo production environment. So that's how the HDFS file system and the MapReduce has been developed. So combinedly we can say Hadoop. Which one? HDFS plus MapReduce. Both combined we can say it is a Hadoop. So Hadoop is the only component it cannot solve the various problem statements. It can solve some extent many things, but it cannot solve all the problem statements. For that reason, there are lot many ecosystems keep on developed, and it can be integrated with the Hadoop, so that many problem statement can be solved by the help of the ecosystem as well as with the help of Hadoop. So now the team members of Dop Cutting, they when they developed the complete software, they wanted to give some name to that product. Okay, so for that reason, they came up with many names, but nothing has been convinced by any one of the members or or by the Yahoo. So what happens is one day Dop Cutting observed his kid was playing with a toy that is called, the name of the toy is Hadoop, and this is a elephant toy. Okay, so elephant looks like very big, and big data also very big. So he has correlated and came up with that name to the team members and saying that okay, we wanted to give the name Hadoop. Okay, so Hadoop, that time Hadoop is elephant, okay, toy name. So it was not a trademark, okay, it was not a trademark of any of the company. So that's why it came into the picture, and everyone of the team member they convinced with that name, and that's how they've given the product name Hadoop, and this became the a trademark of the Hadoop software. And you can see that Hadoop logo is the very big elephant. So that's how the Hadoop name came into the picture, and it has been developed by the Yahoo, and it is primarily contributed towards the open source Apache Foundation, and he has been contributed towards the Apache Foundation, and now we all are able to access without paying anything. Okay, because it is a open source. So in 2008 and 9, the cloud era came into the picture. Okay, so cloud era is a vendor. It is a company. So dog cutting already joins into the cloud era. So now the source code, complete source code, is available in the Apache Foundation, and that code has been taken by the cloud era, and dog cutting has modified, and they are providing a very good GUI, graphical user interface. They customize it. Okay, when the things are customizing, it is very easy and very user friendly. So they have developed that way, and now the cloud era is a very popular vendor, and it can provide you a bundle or in a suite, single suite, all the things they bundle, and they're providing in a single suite. So that's how the cloud era is very popular vendor, and Hortonworks also one of them. Okay, so they have customized the Apache Foundation, I mean the source code. Okay, and they have providing to the a single suite to everyone. So now if any company they wanted to purchase from the cloud era or Hortonworks, they need to be purchased as a single suite, and that can be handled by the engineers very easily. And the management of data, management or monitoring of the data can be solved, can be very easy by the cloud era and Hortonworks tools. Okay, so that's how the Hadoop came into the picture. Hadoop, this is all about little bit of the Hadoop history, and the now there are problems, there are many problems are created, and various problems cannot be solved by the single system that is called Hadoop. So there are lot many ecosystems came into the picture and developed by the many developers. There are many things are there, but some of the names you can say Pig, Hive, HBase, and Mahout, Spark, Scala, Kafka, many more popular softwares are there. So all are integrated with the HDFS or Hadoop, and that's how we can solve various problems. Now most of the companies, they are going to adapt the Hadoop technology or the big data, because all the companies, they are facing also big data related issues, and they wanted to analyze their data, how to make the data into revenue for the company. They wanted to do the planning of that. So most of the companies, they are going to adapt the technology. That's how the Hadoop become a very very popular project, and it is well adapted software by all the companies. This is all about little bit of the history. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Thank you so much.